You're listening to Movies, where I give a quick rundown of the movies coming out in movie theaters. I'm going to talk about movies coming out in theaters on November the 6th, 2020. We'll start off with My Dad's Christmas Date. No Tomatometer, no audience score. A 16-year-old tries to play matchmaker for her widowed father during Christmas time. It is a comedy or other. It is directed by Mick Davis, produced by Lonnie Farry, Alan Latham, and Philip Martinez. Written by Toby Torles, Brian Marchetti, and Jack Marchetti. It's 1 hour and 31 minutes long by SPI International, Goldfinch Studios, MSR Media, and Highfield Grange Studios. Some of the cast and crew: Olivia Mae Barrett plays Jules, Roger Ashton Griffiths plays Mr. Thompson, Nathalie Cox plays Laura, Anna Walton as Rachel, Jolie Richardson as Sarah, and Jeremy Piven as David. And then we'll move on to Triggered. 50% on Tomatometer, no audience score. Terror strikes when 9 campers wake up with suicide bombs strapped to their chest, all with varying times on their countdown clocks. It is a mystery and thriller, action, horror, directed by Alistair Orr, produced by Chouadi Jungleland and Ari Madub, written by David D. Jones. It is an hour and 30 minutes long by Polonomode Media and The First Order. Some of the cast and crew: Stephen John Ward as Ezra, Craig Ermani as Miller, Soraya Rose Santos as Shay, Sean Cameron Michael as Peterson, Leslie Ehlers as Aaron, and Rain Swart as Ryan. Jungleland. 67% on the Tomatometer and no audience score. A bare-knuckle boxer reluctantly travels across the country with his brother for one last fight. It's rated R for violence, nudity, some sexual content, and pervasive language. It is a drama, directed by Max Winkler, produced by Jules Daly, Brad Feinstein, Ryan Stowell, Kevin J. Walsh. Written by Theodore Bressman, David Branson Smith, and Max Winkler. It is an hour and 30 minutes long by Romulus Films, Scott Free Productions. Some of the cast and crew: John Cullum as Yates, Fran Kranz as Buck Noble, Jonathan Majors as Pepper, Jessica Barden as Guy, Jack O'Connell as Lion, and Charlie Hunnam as Stanley. Kindred. 71% on Tomatometer and no audience score. Plagued by mysterious hallucinations, a pregnant woman suspects that the family of her deceased boyfriend has intentions for her unborn child. It is a mystery and thriller, directed by Joe Marcantonio, produced by Jack Loden and Dominic Norris, written by Joe Marcantonio and Jason McColgan. Is an hour and 41 minutes long by Serotonin Films, Headgear Films, Creo Films FZ, Metral Technology, and River Pictures. Some of the cast and crew: Anton Lesser as Dr. Richards, Chloe Pear as Jane, Edward Holcroft as Ben, Jack Loden as Thomas, Tamara Lawrence as Charlotte, and Fiona Shaw as Margaret. Let Him Go. 77% on Tomatometer, 78% audience score. Following the loss of their son, a retired sheriff and his wife leave for their Montana ranch to rescue their young grandson from the clutches of a dangerous family living off the grid in the Dakotas. It is rated R for violence. It is a mystery and thriller, directed by Thomas Mazuka, produced by Paula Mazur, Mitchell Kaplan, and Thomas Mazucha. Written by Thomas Mazucha. It is 1 hour and 54 minutes long by Mazur and Kaplan Company. Some of the cast and crew: Boo Boo Stewart as Peter Dragswood, Jeffrey Donovan as Bill Wimboy, Leslie Manville as Blanche Weeboy, Kaylee Carter as Lorna Blackledge, Kevin Costner as George Blackledge, and Diane Lane as Margaret Blackledge. The Dark and the Wicked, 90% on Tomatometer, no audience score. Plagued by waking nightmares, two siblings suspect that something evil is taking over their family at an isolated farmhouse. It is a horror, mystery, and thriller, directed by Brian Bertino, produced by Brian Bertino, Adrian Badel, Sonny Malley, Kevin Matuso. Written by Brian Bertino. It is an hour and 34 minutes long by Inwood Road Films, Traveling Picture Show Company, TPSC, Shotgun Shack Pictures, and Unbroken Pictures. Some of the cast and crew: Tom Nowicki as Charlie, Julie Oliver Touchstone as Mother, Lynn Andrews as Nurse, Xander Berkeley as Priest, Michael Abbott Jr. as Michael, and Marin Ireland as Louise. And now, Possessor, Uncut. 93% on Tomatometer, 59% audience score. Tessia Voss, an elite corporate assassin, takes control of other people's bodies using brain implant technology to execute high-profile targets. It is a sci-fi, mystery and thriller and horror, directed by Brandon Cronenberg, produced by Fraser Ash, Niv Fitchman, Kevin Krixt, and Andrew Stark, written by Brandon Cronenberg. It is 1 hour and 43 minutes long by Rhombus Media, Particular Crowd, and Rook Films. Some of the cast and crew: Tio Horn as Rita, Jennifer Jason Leigh as Gerder, Sean Bean as John Parse, Twopence Middleton as Ava Parse, Christopher Abbott as Colin Tate, and Andrea Risenborough as Tassia Voss. Alright, well that is it for November the 6th. Have fun watching the movies. This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.